You're listening to the Practical Living Podcast with Doreen Rainey, where we focus on purpose, peace, and prosperity. Our goal is to support you in applying the teachings of Christ in your everyday life. It's your host, Doreen Rainey, and I want to welcome you to episode 21 of the Practical Living Podcast. And we are talking about freedom. Freedom is such a powerful gift given to us as Christians, as followers of Christ. And we want to talk today about what it means to live in this freedom that we have, and also give us an opportunity to assess whether we're maximizing this freedom that has been given to us. Of course, I'm going to start out with the definition of what it means to be free. So first and foremost, it means we are released from bondage, that we are not subject to restraint, and we are not subject to the control or domination of another. We are not bound, and we are not confined, and there's nothing around us that has the ability to hold us back. Now, I don't know about you, but I get excited about the idea of being 100% totally free. And I want to share with you what Jesus says about being free. And it's found in John chapter 8, verses 34 through 36. And reading from the NIV, it says, Jesus replied, "Very truly I tell you, everyone who sins is a slave to sin. Now, a slave has no permanent place in the family, but a son belongs to it forever. So if the Son sets you free, you will be free indeed." And what this tells me is that the place of being in bondage, the place of experiencing constraint, the place of being bound is found in sin. However, once you accept Christ, the Son of God, into your life, you are set free from that sin. Now, of course, there is the freedom that we receive by being a child of God. But then the question becomes, do we choose to walk in that freedom that has been given to us? One of the concepts that has become very clear in my own personal life is that being free in Him does not eliminate sin. When we have the opportunity to step against what He's called us to do, when we have the opportunity to go in a different direction that we know He's not leading us in, when we have the opportunity to miss the mark, to miss the calling that He has, to miss the next step that He's directed us to, when we have the option to go down that road, our freedom is compromised. How do you know when you've missed the mark? How do you know when you have leaned towards stepping out of His obedience? Well, do you feel in bondage? Do you feel like you're being restrained? Do you feel like you're at the mercy of someone or something else? If so, you know that you must now step out of that situation or circumstance, come out of that decision that you've made, step off of that road you've gone down, turn around, change your behavior, and come back in line with who He has called you to be and what He's asking you to do. And the great news is, in Him, you have the power to do that. You have the power to change anything that currently has you in bondage. That's the power of His freedom, the ability to bring you out of the situation or circumstance that's holding you hostage and bring you right back into freedom. So today is a good day to evaluate. Are you free? Look at every area of your life. Look at your finances, your relationships. Look at your career or your business. Look at your health. Look at your wellness. Look at your friendships. Look at your environment, where you live, where you spend a lot of your time, where you hang out. Is there freedom in all of that? If not, I encourage you to go to Him. Go to Him in prayer. Let Him know that in this area of your life, name this area, in this area, I am in bondage. I am dominated. I'm feeling bound. I'm feeling confined. Show me, Lord. Show me how to experience your freedom in this situation. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. Before I sign off, of course, I want to share with you our foundational scripture, which is found in 1 Thessalonians 5:11. And it says, "Therefore, encourage one another and build each other up, just as in fact you are doing." So until next time, be encouraged and be free. Thank you for listening to this episode of Practical Living. You can connect with us on Instagram at Practical Living Ministries and on our website at practicallivingministries.org.